Hello, everyone, and welcome to our Back to School Boost webinar today. I'm Virgil Ricks. I'm a product marketing director here at Stukent, and I am excited to be with you today. Before I actually got into working in business and in marketing, I taught high school myself, high school science, actually, for a number of years, and then got into marketing, into business. So I've been where you are, and I'm so happy to have you here today. On the screen, you should see our agenda. I'll walk through that in a bit, but as you're coming into the room, I want to let you know a little bit about our platform Demio that we're using. So you don't have to worry about your camera or your microphone being on. Those will be off for the duration of the webinar. However, you can use the chat on the right-hand side. And there will be chat, there will be polls, there will be handouts all on that right-hand side. Everyone go ahead and chat in now where you're joining us from, and let us know what you're watching on Netflix or Disney Plus or your streaming service of choice right now. My wife and I started the Ahsoka series last night, so it was good. We watched the first episode. But yeah, what are you watching, and where are you joining us from? I also want to let you know that we have Carly and Andrew in the chat. They're some of our moderators here at Stukent. They'll be there to answer questions and help troubleshoot any issues that you have, so you can watch for them in the chat. For our agenda today, we have the first part here, just me welcoming you to this event while we have a few more people trickling in. And then we'll turn the time over to Janice Wintermeyer in a few minutes to take us through some of Canva's new AI tools. After that, we'll do a Q&A, so be sure to shoot your questions into the chat as we go through her session, and we'll ask those at the end if she doesn't answer them live. And then after that, we're going to do some of our giveaways, some free assignments that we've put together for you, and also talk about our new Stukent curriculum that we've just launched. And then following the webinar, we'll actually have some breakout sessions, some walkthroughs where you can see some of these new simulations and Simternships that we have, and ask some questions to some of our helpful course consultants. We also, as I said, we'll have some polls that will go live on the right-hand side. Let's have one of those come up now, asking how long you've been teaching, how many years you have been in education and been teaching. And so you can see that there. Go ahead and enter your response. We'll see what the range is here of education time. Looks like a lot that have been teaching for a number of years, 10 to 20 years and more than 20 years. So awesome. We have some very seasoned educators here. A couple of first-year educators. That's awesome. Welcome. Go ahead and continue to respond in that poll. And then I want to let you know the event is being recorded. So we'll send out the recording after the event. So if you missed part of it, it'll be recorded, and we'll make that available to everyone. And we'll also be sharing Janice's presentation at the end of the event. I want to talk about the giveaways that we have now. So there's three main giveaways that we're doing. The first is for a $25 Amazon gift card. We have 5 winners there, and you've all been entered into that just by registering for the event. So we'll draw those names after the event and send out an email to those winners. We also have our teacher survival kits that you can see on the screen there. So we're giving out 5 of those, and it includes some Stukent swag, a Stanley tumbler, a fun desk game that you can keep at your desk, and lots more in there. And we'll draw 5 of those. Let's do one now for fun to reward those who jumped on early. So Jennifer Clark is our first winner of the teacher survival kit. Congratulations, Jennifer. And we'll announce the other 4 winners later on after the Canva presentation from Janice. I also want to introduce you to Stukent. So if you're new to Stukent, I just want to tell you a little bit about what we do here and what we're about. So Stukent's mission is to help educators, help students, help the world. And we do that through our cutting-edge courseware and curriculum, along with first in the world Simternships. And that may be a new word for you, Simternship. And what it is it's a simulated internship. So we put students in the role of a professional and allow them to make business and marketing decisions in a simulated environment. And we've dubbed that the Simternship. And we have many customers here that have used it and have experienced that. And if you're new, we'd love to help you learn more about it. We've had almost 1 million students now go through Stukent's products across, over 6,000 institutions all across the world. And I'm going to drop these slides now and invite Janice on stage to talk to us about Canva. I love Canva. I've been using it for a number of years personally. We love it here at Stukent. We use it for various projects, and we're excited to have Janice Wintermeyer with us to present about some of their new AI tools. Janice Wintermeyer is a Canva learning consultant who's spent 15 years in the classroom as an ELA teacher and instructional coach for technology. And I'll turn the floor over to you now, Janice, and let you tell us about all these new tools.
Awesome. Thank you so much for having me. I'm super excited to be here. I love sharing these tools for the classroom to help teachers. Also, I have to say, I love watching this chat. Shout out, I saw somebody who said I was in Wichita. I was in Wichita this summer doing some work with them. So it's fun, and lots of people from my home state of Washington and some people from Atlanta. So love seeing everybody in the chat and where everybody is from. So thank you so much for joining me today. I'm going to quickly share my slides and we will get rolling here. But excited to share some AI tools for the classroom. So Canva has come a long way with really developing lots of great tools for educators. And so I'm excited to share some of these, both for creativity and to continue with efficacy in the classroom. Yeah, Canva and Canvas are different as well. I will try to keep up with the chat, but y'all are just blowing it up, which I love. So if I miss some questions, again, they're grabbing questions that we can address at the end in a Q&A as well. So super quick introduction to me. As Virgil said, my name's Janice. I'm a Canva learning consultant. So my main role with Canva is really professional development. So I'm very lucky to get to work with teachers and students all over the world to share how to use Canva in the classroom, and I love it. I did come from the classroom. I taught for 15 years. I was an ELA teacher, mostly in the middle school, where my middle school people at. And then I was an instructional coach for technology as well. For about 4 years, until in the middle of a school year, I moved across the country. So I went from Seattle, or the Seattle area, so Washington State, to Nashville. So currently in Nashville, Tennessee. So shout out if you're in Nashville. It's been really fun. That's when I transitioned over to Canva. But I've actually been using Canva in my own classroom since 2014. So we brought on Canva in my previous district when it first came out with Canva for Education. So it's been really amazing to watch Canva for Education really grow and change and explode over the last 2 years. And so it's been fun to be a part of that. And I love sharing that with teachers. This is where you can find me if you want to connect on social media. I mostly post about Canva. So tips and tricks, new things coming out, live events like this, or our Canva conversations, all of those great things. And then, of course, you got to put something fun on here. That's my dog. She is 16. She's running around. You might hear her. She's got a little bit of kennel cough, so she is hacking a little in the background. Apologies for that. But that's a little about me. All right. I know we have a poll. I think we're going to drop it in the poll thing right now, but I just always love to know if people are familiar with Canva. So if you are a brand new user, if you've been using Canva, great. We got how comfortable are you with Canva? Dropped in that poll right now. I just always like to know who's on our call. If again, Canva, not Canvas, and then we'll share what Canva is. So if you are a Canva user and a Canva lover like me, you could probably be up in that 4 and 5. If you're brand new or not familiar, great. We're going to share all about it today. Perfect. I see lots of different things in there, kind of across the board. Pretty good spread. Love it. Somewhat familiar, not familiar, a handful of new users. If you are brand new and you don't have a Canva account, we'll start there today. You can create a free one, or if you are in a K-12 system, I'll share how to sign up for a Canva for Education account, and then we'll dive into the good stuff. So love it. Pretty spread across the board, but a lot of users. So that's great. This is a little bit of our agenda today, so we'll just cover briefly what Canva for Education is. We'll talk a little bit about Canva's approach to AI really quickly, and then we'll dive into the good stuff and talk Magic Write and Magic Presentations, other AI design features, and then we'll end with that little bit of Q&A. All right, so what is Canva for Education? So Canva at its core is a visual communications platform. So anything you want to create or communicate visually, you can do that in Canva. And I think Canva in the beginning got known as like a graphic design. You know, you can make posters and flyers, which you absolutely can. But Canva truly has a full visual work suite for all areas of the classroom and all areas that you need to create in. So everything from documents to whiteboards, presentations, social media, video, print products, and websites. And those are just our big buckets. We have templates for everything imaginable. Canva for Education launched in 2020. So Canva itself has been around for a while, but our education side of Canva has been around since 2020. We are currently used in over 190 countries, and we have over 35 million active education users. So it's super exciting to be able to offer that. If you don't know, if you are new, there were a lot of new users in here. Canva for Education is 100% free for any teacher, educator, school or district, student, anybody in a K-12 space. So if you are in a public school, private school, if you're in a K-12 system, we offer it 100% for free. If you want to bring it to your entire system, you can hop in and apply. If you are an independent Canva user, if you're an independent educator or teacher and you do not have a Canva for Education account yet, you can go to canva.com/education. So canva.com/education. And you can sign up for that independent educator account and it will drop you right in once you kind of verify your teaching credentials. I do see some questions around higher education. We did just launch Canva for Campus. So there is a Canva for Campus higher education option. It's a little different than Canva for Education, but if you Google search Canva for Campus, you'll find some more information around the higher education. It's different. It's not 100% free, but it is a much different not different, let me rephrase that. It is a little bit more structured for higher education along with our education account. So Canva for Campus, hop on in there and check that out. If you don't have students in, again, it could be lots of different things. We can address that. You can always go to canva.com/education and either fill out an application, get the district application and get the ball rolling so all of your students and teachers have accounts. That's the best way to do it. Or we also have some contact information on there where if you have more questions, you can reach out to our Canva for Education team who can help you with those. Why is Canva for Education free? So we do offer it 100% free. Canva's mission is to empower everyone to create, collaborate, and communicate in the classroom and beyond. So turning our students into creators and teachers into creators in an easy-to-use platform. And we believe that the skills that students learn really do go beyond the K-12 space. So we're excited to share that with them. We hear stories all the time about students wanting to use it when they go home. And so they're creating things on their own. They're creating post-high school in the workforce or in higher education. So it's exciting to give them that opportunity in K-12. It also fosters those 21st century learning skills. So creativity, communication, collaboration, all of those great things. All right, digging into the good stuff, Canva's approach to AI. So really starting in those AI tools. So our approach to AI, Canva launched recently a set of magical AI-powered tools to really unlock teacher creativity. So we like to think of AI as collaborative. So it's helping educators, it's bringing learning experiences to life much more easily. And we're bringing the magic of AI to our global community with a strong emphasis on safety. So we want to make sure everything is safe, and we're working together with teachers to be creative and to have a little bit of fun, as well as adding creativity and efficacy to the classroom. So with Canva's AI, there's sort of two sides to this. There's the generative AI and the non-generative AI. So we're going to look a little bit at both. Generative meaning it's generating new things for you, generating text and generating images. Non-generative being kind of those smart tools that are working based on what you're telling it to do, how it's personalizing things based on what you're creating. So again, these slides will be available afterwards along with the recording, but this is just a little bit of an overview as far as what AI is offered in Canva. So we have our generative AI on this side over here, and then all of these are our non-generative. Some of these aren't brand new. They've been around for a while. So we have things like styles and layouts and some of these that have been around, and then we've added a few more of these in. So we're going to dive in. One other thing to note is that not everything is available to students. Some is only available to teachers if you are in like a district account or you have it school or district wide. So anything with the stars, as we go through and I'll mention again, is only available to staff and teachers at the moment. Everything else students also have available. So how can you use AI as a collaborative partner in the creative process? We are going to dive into Magic Write and Magic Presentations to start. So what is Magic Write? Magic Write is our AI-powered teaching assistant. It's built into Canva. And in the beginning, if you've been using Canva for a while, we had a lot of users who had been around and are familiar with Canva. In the beginning, it was only available in Canva documents. Now it is available in every design type. So anything you open in Canva, you have the ability to have Canva have Magic Write available in those designs. It's a powerful way to speed up tasks, lesson plannings, spark curiosity, start your creativity, and get you going. So it is our generative text tool. So what are benefits of Magic Write? You can create personalized learning. So again, Magic Write is our generative text tool. And with that, you can create personalized learning opportunities for students. You can get your time back and you can save time by having Magic Write start some of these things for you. And you can even make your lessons a little bit more fun. So some ideas as you're thinking about Magic Write. After I share some of these, we're going to dive in. I'm going to get a template out to you. We're going to show together in real time. I'll demonstrate some of this, but some ideas and ways that you can use Magic Write, again, our generative text creator, to ways you can use it in the classroom. You can use it to generate teaching ideas. So you can open a Canva design, you can use Magic Write, you can put in some prompts. If you notice on the screen, they're giving you some examples like create a list of ways student choice can be incorporated. Boom, there's a list of ideas. So I'm going to show how to do this in just a second, but it'll give you a head start on some of those creative teaching ideas. It can also help you write whole lesson plans. So you can say, write a lesson plan with so many objectives and this many features or this many questions or whatever you might need, and it will help outline that lesson plan for you. One thing that we love to say is that these are all drafts, so they're a good place to start. They might not be perfect. They definitely might need a little bit of editing and revising based on your students and your classroom, but it does give you a good groundwork to move on from and continue to revise. It can also help streamline communication. So you can open up that Canva design and you can have it create student feedback, newsletters, emails, all of those things that will help kind of speed up and continue to make you more effective in the classroom. One thing I always share with this is I taught middle school and high school ELA for a majority of my career. And so I graded a lot of essays, let me tell you. And I feel like those English teachers out there can probably sympathize with me when I'm, writing the same comment over and over on my middle school essays, right? Your topic is not being supported. You're not, you need to think about this when you're writing. So something that's nice with Magic Write is it allows you to kind of reframe that, revise that, make a list of feedback that you might need and be able to copy and paste. Sometimes with my middle schoolers, I just needed it to be reworded so they understood it better. And Magic Write could have totally helped me do this. It helps you generate and refine. So kind of like I just said, it will also, not only will it generate text for you, but it will also take text, whether it was generated with Magic Write or whether it came from somewhere else, and it can help you revise, rewrite, refine, all sorts of things. And the best part is generative text is only as good as the prompt that you give it. So one of the hardest parts of learning how to really make this effective is writing a good prompt so you get a good output. Canva has done a really great job, and our design school has come up with some great prompts, and we've given you all of the things you need where all you have to do is plug in your topic and your grade level, and it gives you exactly what you're looking for. So we're going to do this together. So I think this might get dropped in the chat. Otherwise, there's a bit.ly and a QR code there. If you hop into that, if you have a Canva account, this is going to work if you have a Canva account. If you don't, it's going to ask you to create one. If you just want to watch and follow along, that's great as well. I've created a template for you so you can practice on your own as I go through these. That bit.ly is case sensitive. So if you are typing it in, make sure you get those capital letters. It's AI. I realize the I probably looks like other letters, but AI, and this will open a template that you can make your own copy of and you can try along with me. So it looks like it's in the bottom of that, so perfect. And then there's that QR code. Okay, so we're gonna give it a try. I'm gonna hop out and I'm just gonna do this in real time with y'all. Make this a little bigger so we can see it. Wonderful. Okay, so actually, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna add a blank page in here. There we go, so now I have a blank page. So when I'm in Canva and I'm in my design, if you opened a template, it's going to look like this right here. So what we've given you is this starter page, and then we have this page here. Template link is your new favorite. Perfect. You can also type in this canva.me/magicwrite.edu. You can scan this QR code. I'll leave this up for a second, but you can also find our writing prompts here. So with Canva, we've given you, and let me just pop this one open so you guys can see this too. Yes, let me put that bit.ly back up real quick. Oops, there we go. I'll put that in there one more time. So it is case sensitive. It's AI capitals. Hopefully we're getting that there. Wonderful. All right. Oh, thank you for dropping on the chat. Perfect, y'all. Thank you. All right. So with that bit.ly, excuse me, or with that QR code, you can drop into this site as well. And let me drop this one in the chat just so it's in there. In case we can't get the template open, I'm going to drop that in there too. So that's going to open this page here, and this is going to talk about Magic Write. So if you want to bookmark this and come back to it later, that's great. But what we've done is we've created 4 cheat sheets for you. So we have creating teaching ideas. We have a cheat sheet for making presentations and learning materials. And then we also have cheat sheets on creating lesson plans. So if you look at these, there's so many prompts already written for you, and all you have to do is copy and paste and fill in your specifics. We've also have some videos here that you can watch on your own time if you're curious about more. So I'm going to pop this one open just for fun. So if I click on these cheat sheets, they do open in a new window, and I can see these here. I can copy and paste any one of these and then have Magic Write generate me an idea. So for example, let's use this one. So this one shows activities, different things. I'm going to copy and paste this, and I'm going to come back over to my practice here, and I'm going to put in the little Canva assistant. So again, I'm in a Canva design. If you opened that template, if you open a blank design, you can follow along there. In the bottom right-hand corner of any design in Canva, you're going to have this little star menu, and that's our Canva assistant. So you can grab that Canva assistant, choose Magic Write. I'm going to paste in that prompt, suggest an activity. I'm going to say for 8th graders to present their understanding of the rules of grammar. I know that's a terrible prompt, but we're going to try it. So suggest an activity for 8th graders to present their understanding of the rules of grammar. I hit generate. It's going to think about it. And there we go. There's my activity. It's going to tell me what I could do. I could give them a quiz for their classmates. I can use all kinds of different things in here. And it's going to give me some inspiration and some ideas to start with. Fun tip, I did this earlier in a district presentation. I had it write me a poem for students. I think I said, write me a poem for 3rd grade students to remember all the helping verbs. And it wrote me a poem. So I could share that with students, all kinds of things. So again, those 4 cheat sheets, I know it's being answered in the chat again, are on this website. If you click on these, this one is for teaching ideas, lesson presentations, learning materials, and lesson plans. We have all of these available. You just copy and paste, come back to Canva, choose your Canva assistant, hop into Magic Write, customize that, and there you go. You can even add in Common Core standards, NGSS standards, state standards. For the most part, it does all of those things, differentiations, accommodations. You can be really specific in your prompt, and it will give you all of those great things. So if you want it to write a lesson plan that has accommodations for certain things that your students may need in the classroom, it will help you write those. It does a lot of great things in here. There's so many different ideas as well. So lots of different things. If you are in a Canva document, it does show up in a different spot. So I see there's some questions around text being really small or hard to read. Sometimes it's easiest to open a Canva document as well. So on Canva's homepage, you can go to Docs, grab a blank document, and then under the plus sign right here, you just go to Magic Write. Sometimes that's easier for like lesson plans to be seen a little bit better. So I can say, write a lesson plan for 8th graders to learn about the outsiders, include hands-on activities, and differentiate for 3 levels. I don't know. That's probably not specific enough, but we'll try it. And so you can do this very easily. It's going to write a lesson plan. There we go. So it has group discussions, it has an assessment section, all kinds of things, character analysis, settings, all sorts of different opportunities. And again, this is just a really good draft. It's a good place to start. I'm going to need to go in and really modify that for my classroom, but lots of great places to get started. All right, so that's Magic Write in a nutshell. I know 40 minutes is so fast to do this, so apologies that we're kind of speeding through this, but I'll come back to those questions. I can see them fly, and hopefully we'll get some answered at the end. But lots of great ways to really have some creativity, efficacy in the classroom. Again, streamlining communications. The last thing I'll share, forgot this too. For example, let's say I really like this activity and I have it in here, but it's not quite right. Or again, like we talked about earlier with the ability to change your feedback, change wording, adjust things based on student level. So if I have text that I've copied and pasted, if I have text that Magic Write has generated, if I write my own text, whatever it might be, if there's text in Canva and I come down here to my Magic Assistant, notice that Magic Write pops up and it gives me 4 options. I can summarize text, I can expand text, I can rewrite it. If the wording isn't quite there, I can just have Magic Write rewrite it. Excuse me. And I can also edit. So maybe I want to edit this. Maybe I don't need it for 8th graders. Maybe I need it for 2nd graders. And it can rewrite that. So now we're looking at 2nd. Oops, that one didn't quite do it. That one still stayed 8th grade. I don't think I got all that in there. So I can rewrite things. If I have a paragraph and it's just too high or too low of a lexile, you can come in here, you can edit with Magic Write, and you can say, rewrite this for a 2nd grade audience. Hit enter, generate, it will rewrite it for 2nd graders. Now it looks a little bit more young, language is a little bit younger, things like that. So again, I can summarize, I can expand, I can rewrite, and I can also edit. I can bring that lexile up or that language up, I can bring it down. If I have feedback and I'm just sick of writing the same thing over and over, I can have it rewrite it in new words. Maybe that will help a little bit. If I want it, again, to be shorter or longer, so many different options. So lots to do with Magic Write, so many great things in there. All right. So what else can you do with AI in Canva? So not only can you create text, so we have Magic Write, which is generative text. We also have some things with your presentations that you can do. So I'm going to show you this. I know I keep hopping in and out of slides, but I want to show you these things in real time. So if you opened our template, this template is a presentation template. So I started in slides. So on Canva's homepage, I started in a presentation and I used a presentation template. In a presentation, when I go to my Canva assistant down here in the bottom right corner, not only do I have Magic Write, but I also have Magic Design. Magic Design is our AI presentation generator. So similar to Magic Write, where it's generating text, Magic Design will make you a whole presentation. Excuse me. So in Magic Design, I will warn you, if you do this and you're in the template that I shared, it will overwrite the slides that are in there. So just a warning, but you can go partway through without overwriting. But in the Canva assistant, if I go to Magic Design, I can say, maybe I want a whole slideshow on the life cycle of a butterfly. If I hit enter, it's going to create a presentation, a draft of a presentation, draft being the key word. It's going to create that draft for me. So it's going to give me lots of different styles and outlines. It typically generates, I think, between 6 and 10 slides. So again, it's just a start, but it will input text and information as well as images. Most of the time, they're pretty accurate. Sometimes it's AI, you never know. But it is giving me the life cycle of a butterfly right here. If I choose create, and I will warn you if you're doing this on the template, if you hit create, it's going to overwrite the slides that are already there. So just fair warning. But if you hit create, it will make this presentation for you. And then you can go in, edit the text, edit the images, whatever that might be. So I'll do that one more time. Again, you have to be in a presentation. So I have to be in a presentation template or blank template. I go to my Canva assistant. I choose Magic Design. I pick a topic that I need a presentation about, and then it will generate those slides, and then I can turn those into a design. So that's really fun. Another way to do that, again, is through Canva documents. So we have those Canva docs that I had open earlier. That looks more like a document. This is that lesson plan that I just generated in a Canva document. In documents specifically, we have this convert button. So it will take any text in your document. It's not giving you the prompt, but it's taking any text. So if you write an outline or you write kind of your couple paragraphs about what you need a presentation about in a Canva document and you choose convert, you can go docs to decks. So you can take a document and take text and turn it into a presentation. So a little bit of differentiation, Magic Design generates the text and images and a presentation for you. From a Canva document, if you put the text you need in and press convert, it will take that text and turn it into slides and organize it for you. Obviously, this is not the greatest thing to make slides about with the lesson plan, but it does break it apart for you and you can see how it does organize that information. So really great ways, 2 great ways to create those presentations when it comes to Canva and AI. So again, Magic Write is also available in any other design type. So it doesn't have to be a presentation. This could be in newsletters, in video, in all kinds of things. But Magic Design is available in presentations only. And then the convert docs to decks is in Canva documents. All right, let's see. We just covered those. We have some slides in here. Again, these are available afterwards. So you have all of these things in here. Oops, that's presentations, pick the design, and then there's more. So let's dive into a little bit more Canva magic. So a few more Canva tools. We have about, I don't know, 9-ish more minutes, and I want to make sure I know there's lots of questions. So I want to come back to those. I'm going to take about 9 more minutes. Under create an animation, this is another AI tool that we have. So we have generative text and generative pieces, which I just covered. These are more of our non-generative AI tools. So one of my favorites is create an animation. So with create an animation, you can customize and control the animation of anything on your page, which is amazing. So here's a really good example. Actually, let me play this one a little bit. So you can control the animation. I'll show you where to find this. You don't need to do it. So if you were, creating something on the digestive system, you can see that you can customize where that food and how that food moves through the body because you can customize the animation. So I'm going to show you what that looks like. We're going to give it a try. If you are in our template, we're going to hop over, and this is where you can try it on both of these pages here. So for example, let's say I have this really awesome, this really pretty field of flowers, and I want my butterfly to fly through this field of flowers. If I select an object on my page, so I select my butterfly, across the top I have some options, and one of them is animate. So I'm going to pick animate. I'm going to choose create an animation. So again, I selected an object. If you're selected on the page, you won't see that option. You have to select an object. You'll see this create an animation. And then I just drag my butterfly. And it will follow whatever path I choose. The faster I draw, the faster it goes. The slower I draw, the slower it goes. A fun option is to turn this little switch on and it will follow the path. So it'll flip itself around. Again, I'll do it one more time. I selected an object, I chose create an animation, and then I just created my own path. And it will follow that path. And again, toggling the little switch on will help it move around. You have some other options here, but this works on text boxes, graphics, elements, you name it, pictures, video, whatever it might be. You can animate anything and have it follow the path. So there's 2 really great ways to use this. One is just creativity. Think about this. I've seen this used in comic strips. So students can, add some of our animated graphics that are already animated, like a person that looks like they're walking, and then they can make that person that looks like they're walking walk across the box of their comic strips jump over something and keep going, or birds flying, or all kinds of things. So you can really elevate things like comic strips or infographics or other great creations. You can also use it to demonstrate. So just like the digestive system video, students can use this to show their understanding of a topic, how food moves through the body, how solar systems orbit, all kinds of things. So the ability to control that path really opens up a lot of doors, both for creativity and to demonstrate. So love that. So that's my little butterfly. There we go. I created my own animation. So that's so fun. So I really love that to elevate projects that normally would be a little more static, like comic strips or storybooks, and have that custom animation in there. All right, Magic Draw. I know we're speeding through these, but Magic Draw, this is a great option as well. So on the left-hand side in Canva, you have a Draw tab where you can draw and digitally ink over any design. The minimal part of AI that is available in our Magic Draw is the ability to clean up or snap into shapes. So if you kind of watch this graphic, if you draw like a circle and it's not very good, you can clean up that circle and it will snap to that shape. So if you watch this, if I draw a circle, it's not super great. If I hold at the end, it will clean up that shape and snap. It works with circles. It works with squares. It works with lines, arrows, hearts, stars. Again, if you draw a shape, hold at the end and don't let go, it will snap in and clean up that shape. So again, circles, hearts, squares, lines, arrows, you name it, draw on the left, draw a circle, draw a shape, hold, snaps into that shape. So that's a fun one as well. So I'll just show that real quick. And then I want to get into our last little bit of photo editing so we don't run out of time. But for example, if I draw that circle and I hold at the end and it cleans it up. You can do a pen, you can use an interactive whiteboard, you can use your finger, I'm using a mouse, you can use a trackpad, it works on any of those things. So really fun ways to kind of use that draw and clean that up a little bit. All right, we have video background remover. That's a little bit of AI as well. I'm going to kind of skip over that real quick because I want to get to our last generative image. But we do have video background remover. We also have photo background remover. So really easy ways to hop in, add a video, or record yourself right in Canva and take that background right. No green screen required. I'm going to skip over that one real quick. And then this is the one I want to make sure we get to with text to image. So text to image is our AI image generator. So it allows students and teachers to create anything their mind can think of. So this is really great. I see this used a lot with students when they have this image in their head and they're just not finding a picture of it in our photo library and they don't really want to build it with a bunch of elements or the style isn't right. They can come to text to image. They can describe what they're looking for and our text to image app will generate a picture for you. So it's not finding things on the web. It is actually making an image. So where you find that, I'm going to go over to my template over here and demonstrate as well. So over here on the left in my design, I'm going to come down here to the little apps waffle over here. So I'm in my design on the left under apps. I'm going to scroll down under apps. Sorry, mine apparently aren't all loading, but there is a purple box here that says text to image, text to image. So when I click on that purple box, it's going to say describe the image you want. I'm not going to lie, y'all, I am not very creative on the spot and I use the same phrase a lot, but I love this one. Dogs having a tea party. Maybe I really just want dogs having a tea party and I can't find that in my photo library and I don't want to build it with elements or I want it to be more of a photo. I type that in, I just hit create and it's going to generate me pictures. So we'll give it a second. It will give you 4 options. Again, it's AI, so it's not always perfect, but it does come up with some pretty good ones. And I'll tell you, I do this all the time and I get different pictures every single time. So there's my little puppies at a tea party. That's a giant teacup on this one. But here's some dogs at a tea party. So there we go. I can come back in and modify if I want them to be like by the ocean or whatever. I can add more descriptors to it if it doesn't quite give me what I'm looking for. And then down here under styles, where it says styles, we even have all of these kind of like filters. So fun way to use this. I had 5th graders I had fifth graders writing science fiction stories. They loved this retro wave filter because it kind of gave them this very futuristic science fiction looking filter for their pictures. It could look playful and like hand drawn or like coloring book kind of. There's 3D models. There's all kinds of things. I'll share this last one. It's probably, I would say, the least applicable to an assignment, but kids love it. They find it. And that's stained glass. So I will tell you, kids love putting animals in stained glass. They think it's great. And so it'll put my dogs at a tea party in stained glass. So kind of a fun one, a little bit more silly, but a little bit creative. I have seen this where they've made like a whole collage. So here we go. Now I have little dogs at a tea party. Actually, this one's cuter. I like this one better. In stained glass. So that's kind of fun. Again, a little bit sillier, but a fun way for students to be creative. So that's really fun as well. So apps on the left, text to image, gets you that image generator. And then as we're talking images as well, the last two I'm going to highlight, I know I'm almost out of time, but the last two I want to highlight really do focus on our photo editing. And then I'll make sure to answer all of these questions that are coming. Y'all are just, I can see that chat just blowing up. So the last two are Magic Erase and Magic Edit. So these are part of our photo editing library. So Magic Erase is just like what it sounds like. It will erase things out of a picture. So this is our non-education example, but in general, if I don't want that on my picture, I can just erase it right out and it will erase things. And then Magic Edit, for lack of a better way to explain it, is like erase and replace. So it allows you to edit that photo. So if I don't want the teapot and I want flowers in there instead, I can erase and replace. So let me show you those real quick. These work on any photo in our photo library. They also work on any photo you upload. So you can do this to a photo of yourself. You can do this to a photo of your students, whatever that might be. So Magic Erase and Magic Edit. When you add a photo, so again, you can search elements and add a photo. You can bring in your own photos. When you click on a photo in Canva, at the top, you have this Edit Photo option. Under Edit Photo, we have background remover for photos, just like for videos. So I'm throwing that out there. But we also have Magic Eraser. So maybe I like this picture, but I don't want the butterfly. I can click on Magic Erase. I can erase the butterfly. Again, sometimes it's great. Sometimes it doesn't work as well. Sometimes it takes a few tries. You just got to try it with the pictures you have. But usually I get pretty good results. It's going to think about it and then it will erase. As it's erasing, what I want to clarify, Magic Write, Magic Presentation are not available to students. Magic Erase is available to students. So Magic Erase is available. Text to image is available to students. I don't know why mine's taking so long. Apologies, my computer is very slow. Normally it would erase much quicker than this. I'm not sure. There we go. Now it's erased. So again, Magic Erase, yes, students have. Let me reset that. Magic Edit, they do not. So Magic Edit, students do not have access to this. So a little bit different. So it's similar to the Magic Erase. So I'm going to erase this. But instead of automatically erasing, it says continue. So I'm going to choose continue, and then I can replace it. So maybe instead of a butterfly, maybe I want there to be a flying unicorn. I don't know. That might be a really bad one. We're going to see what happens. I did not test this first. You all are testing it with me. So let's see what happens. Background remover students have as well. They should, if they're in an education account. Sorry, I just happened to see that in the chat while this is generating. We'll see. Sometimes it doesn't generate animals very well, so unicorn might not have been the best one to put in here, but we're going to see what happens. It usually will give you similar to text to image, and I don't know why mine is so slow. I apologize. I have lots of things open on my computer. Probably doesn't help. There we go. Oh, it's not that bad. That's not too bad. That's kind of a little flying unicorn. A little bit. So it gives you 4 options, just like text to image did. And so you can erase and replace and choose done. So that's kind of funny. That was probably a silly example. But again, you can erase over something, choose what you want it to be replaced with, or you can just erase something out. Can a photo be uploaded and then changes made? Absolutely. So you can upload a photo of yourself, erase your outfit and change your outfit. Sometimes I erase it and I put like superhero outfit and it gives you a different costume. All kinds of funny stuff like that. So yes, you can upload your own images or you can grab anything from our library. Yep, great. Perfect. Okay, I think there's lots more in here. Again, I left a lot of these slides in so you have access to them after, because I knew 40 minutes was not going to be enough time to. So this is a good example of modifying headshots, so bringing in your own photo. So we have a lot of other tools that we're going to cover. Translate, you have the ability to translate. That's under apps on the left-hand side. That also uses our AI. You can translate into more than 100 languages. So apps on the left, translates to more than 100 languages. We're going to skip the try part. We have things like layouts. If you just drop some pictures and text onto a page, it will reshuffle them into different layouts. You can choose your style and recolor a template really quickly. Edit photos with foreground and background. You can caption videos. Currently, you cannot edit those captions, but you can generate captions on video. You can beat sync, which means you can sync music to your slides in a video. Again, I left all these in here because they're great demonstrations and they're great examples. I knew we wouldn't have time to cover them all. But we'll dive into that Q&A. Sorry, that was fast and furious, y'all. So questions, I saw a lot coming through, but I'm happy to answer questions.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Janice. This is awesome. I love these tools. I know the chat was popping off about all the cool features and the magic design and what it can do. And I love that you've considered too the educator and, have made some of the features available to students, but some that, they might just use and abuse that you've made, limited that. Right. So that was, I know, some of the questions in the chat. So the first question we have here is from JD. He said, is Canva using ChatGPT for Magic Write or some other LLM?
Great question. There are lots of things out there, and I can link those in at the end of my slides. They're not, but I'll link an article. I am not the most technical person, but I can tell you that Magic Write is using OpenAI. I'm sure there are more specifics to that, which is similar to other generative text things, but it is running on the OpenAI source platform. However, I don't know what the exact word is, but Canva does have a whole kind of document around our sourcing and all of those things. I'll make sure, I don't think it's linked at the end of my slides, but before they get sent out, I'll add that in so you guys will have that too. Apologies that I don't have all the specifics, but I can tell you it is running on OpenAI, which is similar to or the same as all the other generative text out there.
Perfect. And I do want to remind everyone, we'll share all these links out as well in an email that'll go out later this week. And we have these slides, a link to these slides that we can share now, and you can access them, and anything Janice adds later, you'll be able to see and access. Next question, can you use AI Magic Write on the Canva phone app?
I believe so. I honestly have not tried lately, but I'm positive it's in there. It might be in a different space, and that Canva Assistant may show up in a different spot. I apologize that I don't know the exact ins and outs on my phone app, but I know it's there. I think it's just maybe not showing under those stars. So it may be under that toolbar in a different spot. Oh, I'm not gonna be able to pinpoint the exact spot. But I'm pretty sure it's in our mobile apps as well, because our app is pretty consistent with, if you don't see it, I'll dig in and see. You might be able to search Canva iOS app and Magic Write and get something. I apologize. I more use the desktop. So I know it should be there, but I guess no promises. I think it is. I'm not positive where that button is.
Perfect.
Sorry.
No, that's great. How up to date is the Magic Write AI? Will it know about things from the past year, for example?
I think OpenAI, if I'm not mistaken, is not in the past year. So it's whatever the same as OpenAI is, it's going to be the same for Magic Write. So I believe it's not in the last year. I believe it's in 2020 or 2020, something like that. So yeah, it'll be the same.
All right, another question here from Stephanie. Can Canva also build websites? I teach a web design class for 11th and 12th graders.
Yep. So Canva, on Canva's homepage, there is also on our quick buttons here, there is websites. I will say our websites are only available in scrolling view at the moment. So very similar to this here that you're seeing with the cheat sheets, this is a Canva website. So it builds very similarly to slides, but you can scroll through things. You can link buttons at the top that take you directly to other parts of this page. You can hyperlink, you can embed video, you can do all of those things. So this is actually a Canva site. You can kind of see where the divider is here. These are the different pages available. But yes, Canva does build websites. There is a layer of safety to them with students if you're in a district account. where they have to go through teacher approval before they just get like pushed out to the web. You can also password protect them as well. So yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
A few more here. Is the presentation creator limited to creating 10 slides? Charles asked.
I think it typically, caps out at 10. The magic design usually only generates 10, or between 6 and 10 is usually where I've never seen it go over 10. So I think that's about the limit. Docs to decks is a little bit different, but the magic presentation is about 10 slides. Yeah.
Perfect. And last question here, I think, if you know the answer to this, how would you cite that image if AI creates it?
Great question. So in the education space, our typical answer for this across the board has been every district is doing that a little differently. So every district kind of has their own best practices and protocols or exactly how they want to do that. Most often they're deciding that as a staff and then modeling that for students as well. But whether it's generative text or generative image, that citation can be as simple as computer generated using Canva text to image. But every district I have worked in, and I work in hundreds of districts, kind of has their own lens of that or their own kind of protocols around that. So that might be a little bit more of a district decision. But there isn't like necessarily a specific thing that we share that like, this is what you can say. I think that's a little bit more based on where you're sharing that. But usually it's something simple that I see, something like generated by, Canva text to image, things like that. And I want to can I address one more question that I saw pop up in the chat a lot? Just want to make sure. I saw lots of questions in there around Canva, Canva Pro, Canva for Education, all these things. So I just want to clarify one more time. Canva for Education is free for anyone in the K-12 system. So canva.com/education. You can get verified as an independent teacher. You can bring it, which I highly recommend, bring it to your school or district. That link is back in my slides as well. That way, every student, every teacher, every staff member, every office staff member, anybody with an email address in your system has Canva for free. It's all of the tools available in a pro account, 100% free, with a lot more education specific pieces and obviously a little bit more district control, things like that. So you have more filters, education filters, all of those great things. So students can access it, teachers can access it. You can go to canva.com/education. If you are paying for Canva Pro and you are in a school, we should fix that. So make sure you reach out, canva.com/education.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. Let's give another big thank you to Janice and for this this presentation today.
Thanks, y'all.
Thank you. So we have another poll that we wanted to ask. This is our first webinar we've had specifically for high school educators in a while, but we want to do more of these, and we want to know in this poll what topics you're interested in for future webinars. And so we're going to put a poll up there in the chat about what you'd like to see most in future webinars, whether it's teaching tips from fellow educators, current trends from industry experts, walkthrough of educational tools like we had today with Canva, or how to use Stukent Simternships or our curriculum in the classroom. Or if there's other things, other topics that aren't included there, throw those in the chat. Love to hear what you want and make sure we're putting out good webinars that you want to attend. And then I want to announce our 4 remaining Teacher Survival Kit winners. So we have those here. We have Natalie Bendall, Mike Thomas, Patrick Costigan, and Cassandra Washington. So congratulations, Natalie, Mike, Patrick, and Cassandra. We'll reach out to you in following the event or sometime tomorrow to get your information, make sure we get you that teacher survival kit. Along with all of our new simulations that we've put out for sports marketing, entrepreneurship, public speaking, and career readiness, we now have full semester resources available. So we just launched this new curriculum that we wanted to tell you about and share with you for entrepreneurship, career readiness, public speaking, and sports marketing. These are 15-week-long units. There's a full course schedule that incorporates the simulation or Simternship, 3 lesson plans per unit, a quiz for every unit, and it aligns with NBEA standards. And we wanted to give you access to some of this material right now that you could use as soon as tomorrow if you've already started. So we're going to put some assignments in the handouts on the right. You'll see those now, one from each of these curriculums. So a public speaking assignment, one from career readiness on setting goals, one from entrepreneurship for this demand for waste baskets activity that the students will really enjoy. And then the last one there from sports marketing on branding, which is a lot of fun, especially when you combine sports and branding, something your students will definitely enjoy. So you can find those on the right, download those. If you want to see all the curriculum, you can get free instructor access and look through it. We'll launch that up on the left-hand side there. You can click that button, fill out the form, get access. We'll have, you'll get some emails about it. We'll have somebody reach out to you to make sure you get set up and you're able to get in and answer any of the questions that you have about it. And then lastly, we don't want you to have to wait to see these curriculum and their associated simulations and Simternships. So following this event, starting as soon as we're done here, we're going to have some breakout sessions, and we're going to go over each of these simulations: entrepreneurship, sports marketing, public speaking, and career readiness. So we're going to put some Zoom links in the chat that you can use to join those in just a minute. And I want to let you know that our last giveaway, maybe our biggest giveaway for Apple HomePod or an Echo Studio smart speaker, if you join one of these breakout sessions that Andrew's going to post in the chat, we're going to take a tally of everybody in there, and we're going to draw from that group, as well as from anyone who books and attends a demo by August 31st. So go ahead and you can schedule a demo if you want a personal demo, or you can jump into that group session and see these new simulations, learn about the curriculum, and get any of your questions answered. So you can go ahead and jump in now to those links that Andrew posted in the chat for entrepreneurship, sports marketing, public speaking, or career readiness, and join those Zoom meetings. I'll stay here in this main meeting. If you have questions for me or want to jump back in here to get those links again, they'll be there. But this is our webinar for the day, and we're so glad that you're able to join us. Thank you for attending, and you can go ahead and jump into those sessions now.